And as we sit here, break this down, it's just gonna be a fun time. I mean,
it will
podcast. We're fun, we're exciting, and we are live. We're up, ready to rock. And Kendra and I had a great week that we can't wait to share with you. Kendra, tell me how that escape was that you went out when you were in, what is it, North Michigan?
Yeah, well, we were in, like, where the hell? It's like mid-Michigan, kind of. So
Did you just do the hand technique to show us?
I did. It's like this little, I hate the word Michigander, but it's a thing that we do. Like, oh, where were you in the thumb? You know, we were right here. Like, you have to point on the mitten. It's so nerdy. But yeah.
It helps explain it. For those of you that don't know about Michigan, you could put both your hands together and make the state of Michigan. And people point on their hand where they were at in Michigan for you to kind of understand your geographical geographical like area of Michigan and say, oh, you know, I'm not too far away from there. I'm, you know, right on the crevice. But that's hilarious. You just did that.
I know, total nerded out. But yeah, so a much needed little family vacay with an awesome couple, and it was great. It was Glen Arbor. Now, there are so many places like I didn't even know existed in Michigan, and Glen Arbor was featured on the Today Show. So after that, you know, it was more well-known and became more popular. However, this place is so beautiful. It's called the Homestead, and it's this private resort area, and it was great. We rented out the restaurant one night. We had our own server. I mean, the chef prepared we only did a 5-course meal, great drinks, good atmosphere, good music, on the water, just absolutely gorgeous. I saw an eagle like right outside on the deck, and I'm overlooking the water. It was much needed. There were a lot of cocktails, a mix of family, and a nice mix of people. So it was nice. We could paddleboard, you could take the canoe, you could do whatever you wanted to do.
So you just had a family trip. You just kind of went out and just went against the norm. Just went and relaxed, kicked back, soaked up the sun, went swimming, and enjoyed peace and quiet, right?
Yes. It was really nice. I got a little banged up though. Banged up and I mean in both ways, okay, but much needed. Yeah, I discovered peanut butter whiskey not too long ago, and let me tell you, those shots go down pretty easily. So one after another.
Whiskey. Who makes peanut butter whiskey?
I don't even know who makes it. All I know is my neighbor, who I think I gave COVID to. We were doing shots, but in my defense, he was pouring them. So, okay, John. Anyway, so we were doing shots, and he gave me peanut butter whiskey, and I fell in love. So yeah, needless to say, our friends brought some, and the shots were flying, and my clothes were flying. After dark, the hot tub.
This is when you're on this is your vacation of the getaway. That's what you do when you get away. You just drink peanut butter whiskey and take your clothes off.
I do. It was great though. They said, we're going to sneak into the hot tub and whatever. I'm like, yeah, right. Well, we did. And luckily our server was the only one that caught us because we didn't have much on. That's okay. And, it was great. The hot tub felt.
Hold up. We got to stop this for a second. We got to figure this out real quick.
Oh, good.
You were telling me that in my envision that we're having is that you're out with your friends late at night and you're pouring drinks out on a patio somewhere at the hotel. You and your friends are drinking, and then you sneak into the hot tub. But your server, so is this during daytime? Were you at a bar? Were you at a restaurant? And then at the restaurant, your server was giving you drinks. You took your clothes off and then jumped in the hot tub? Like, what is going on?
I know. Well, okay. So we had a little help with the little ones, which was great. So adults got out at night and we snuck out. We hopped the fence. I was a little drunk. I bruised my knee and I have to get an x-ray on my elbow. However, I mean, not a very exciting story, but I can be accident prone sometimes. And we hopped the fence and we got into the hot tub And I don't know, it was just like the restaurant is right near like the pool and the sauna or whatever in the hot tub. So she was walking through and she's like, oh my God, you guys, you know, we're like, thank God, because we're all kind of trying to dip down and be quiet. But you always think you're quiet when you're drinking, and then you realize like you are 10 times higher than I don't know, than you think. So, but yeah, we had a good time. It was a lot of fun. It's something about, I don't know, skinny dipping or just feeling the hot tub and just being free. It was nice.
That's exactly what I can't wait to do when I'm done with COVID. I leave tomorrow out of quarantine. I'll be done with this hotel room, and I plan on doing something exciting and eventful like that.
Yes.
But all honesty, I'll be starting up my camp by the time I get out of this. So I'll be looking for skinny dipping in, November, December. I'll be taking areas, locations, what people want me to go do. Fans, if you have any places that I should go skinny dipping during the dead of winter, tell me, leave it in the comment box. I will go out there. I will shoot videos, blur out the images, and let you know that I was having fun. Now, if you are telling me to go inside of ice cold water, you're high.
Yeah. No.
I'm going, it has to be like warm. We have to be, even if you say like going like to the ocean out there on the East Coast or, the West Coast, like I will do that. I would get naked and jump in that. But if you're telling me go into one of the lakes over there in Michigan, you're high. There's no way in the dead of winter I'm going to go jump into that ice cold water. No.
Yeah, no, I don't recommend it. I do I have a hot tub in in my yard or whatever. And I like in the winter, I don't know, a little crazy stuff. I'll jump in the snow naked, jump back into my hot tub. It's probably not good for your body.
It's absolutely perfect for your body. Look, as an athlete, we would jump into the hot tub and then jump into the cold bath. And it's just contrasting. You go back and forth. So it's no different than jumping into the snow, going out there, getting in the hot tub. We did it in wrestling when we were kids because I lived in Missouri. There would be, 10 inches of snow on the ground. We'd have the hot tub, get in the hot tub, jump out, lay down in the snow. Your body would cool off, going back and forth, relaxes the muscles, stimulates the mind, relaxes everything. And it's a stress-free type of technique. I mean, it's amazing. I like that. But there's no hot tub nearby when you're skinny dipping. So
right.
Now, if a fan wants to invite me to their house and skinny dip in their house, then I'm totally down.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. So are you excited about getting out of quarantine?
I am. What helped me get through is actually it's a crazy series on Netflix. I was watching Netflix and I saw that there's a series that people would tell me it was called Kingdom. Have you ever seen it?
I've heard about it.
Okay.
So one of I probably like third or fourth people that has talked about it. So
everybody was telling me about it. Kingdom came out in 2014 and it stars a lot of, famous fighters, athletes. Juan Archuleta is one of the coaches in the TV series. So is Joe Daddy Stevens. They have Mike Beltran as some of the referees, or is a referee in there. You have Joe Benavidez in it, Justine Kish, Kenny from Black House. Greg Jackson appears in this series as well. But it's 3 seasons. There's 40 episodes. And essentially what it is about is there is a family, an MMA family. The dad owns a gym and the 2 sons are, top prospects. They're both amazing athletes, up and coming MMA fighters. And they show throughout the series the process of them growing inside of it, as well as some of the other people inside of the gym that they go to, which the gym is called Navy Streets in California. Not a real gym, but in the series, it seems like one. Well, the dad that owns it up, his name's Alvy, and he is the running of just the entire gym. He was like an old Pride champion. He was like old school, like top of the line, like one of the best to ever do it. And then, he's teaching his sons and some other people in this to, start making their way and try to get up to the UFC. So the cool thing about it, it's not essentially about the fights. It's about the lifestyle it is of fighters and how they deal with training, how they deal with the stress of weight cut, how they deal with post-fight wins, how they deal with post-fight losses. And it's just like a male-style drama around the MMA realm. And it's crazy because this series, literally, you can watch it and you can pick different people that you train with, and you can say, hey, that person looks like, that person's Alvy from here. That person has similarities to Jay, or that person has similarities to Nate, or that person's, this, like, it just constantly was going. This series was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I'm so sad that I didn't find it till now, but I'm absolutely happy that I watched it. And if you have not seen the Netflix series Kingdom, you need to watch this. Amazing.
I am going to have to check that out for sure. However, I said something to Professor X about it. I said, I heard about Kingdom. Let's watch it. He's like, we're not even done with Blacklist. Yeah, you can't start on another. So it's like only one at a time. So I will, because I'm on season 7 right now of Blacklist. So,
and I understand you can't start other series. And look, I watched 40 episodes, 55 minutes long each episode. I watched them all in a few days. All right. I've only been in quarantine for 10 days. I finished the whole entire series. But I'm telling you, after you're done with this series, it was rated 8.5 out of 10 on IMDb. And what's so good about the acting in this series is that at the end, in the final series, at the end of it, you've grown with the characters, and you actually feel for each character.
Aww.
Like, each character plays their role so spot on and so well that when you start investing your, like, you like them, you want them to do good or whatever it is, when things do what they do at the end of season 3, you feel for these people. You feel for each character, and you understand their sorrow. You understand their pride. You understand their happiness at the end of it because of just how they played it and how the scenes were set up to where it invested you to where you can actually feel like you were living that lifestyle or you were living alongside. Like, if the character was someone that didn't get a lot of love throughout the whole series, you actually didn't really like that person that much throughout the series. Like, you kind of liked them, but you're more focused on others. So that's what made it so great. And again, if you guys done with Blacklist, start this up. Start it up. I have a lot of passion towards it already.
I love it. Well, and too, you can relate to it,
Yeah.
Whereas maybe I can relate a little bit to the Blacklist. So
I've never seen Blacklist. I haven't seen that, but a lot of people have told me to watch it. Maybe next quarantine, I'll get on Blacklist.
Yes, which we are not hoping for another one of these at all. Oh, good. My Bluetooth. I hope that thing doesn't go off. I would have my little bump box on there. So that's, I guess, what we've been up to. I've been, in the hot tub, hanging out, abusing myself, and enjoying some peanut butter whiskey. Now I'll be on a little liver detox this week and back to normal. I'll be in Vegas the 10th through the 5th. I'm going through 10th through the 15th. So hopefully, I don't know, we might get a chance to see each other. If not, hey, that's all right.
Oh, we'll do a podcast.
Yes, that would be good. That would be great.
I can like that one. I can like that for sure.
Yes. So I kind of wanted to, we always talk about sex and relationships, right?
Yeah.
Well, I seem to get a ton of questions, mostly from the male fans. The biggest question, or I guess the question I get the most, is, oh gosh, this is like the most infamous question. How do I get into the porn industry? So for all of you, thousands of questions throughout the years, the same question is, how do I get into porn? So if you're a man and you want to get into the industry, if you do not live in California, if you do not live in Miami, you will not be able to get into the industry. If you cannot keep your penis hard in front of 5 to 10 of your friends when there is a hot chick in the room, you will not make it in the industry. if you can, these are all the things why you can't get into it. But essentially, I think guys think it's so easy. Like, oh, when I get into the industry, you know, will you be my first, you be my first scene, or can this be my first scene? The thing is, when you're a new person in the industry, you literally might have to do, how do I say this without being negative? Essentially, like, you're on the low end of the totem pole. You don't get to pick and
bottom
choose.
scraps. You're taking the
That's
scraps from the
it.
bottom.
You are a bottom feeder when you first start, okay? And I've been there. I don't even want to talk about it. Even as a woman, you don't really get to choose, you know? I don't get to, well, actually I lied, I did. I got Manuel my first scene, so I do lie. That is bad. But for the guys, you just don't get to pick and choose, you know? And truthfully, not many men can really make it in the industry. I mean, women, we can fake it. The guys cannot. You have to stay hard when there's a director. And I mean, I have worked with some of the intense directors, and you're doing a POV. The director is breathing. You can feel him breathing down your neck because he wants the most realistic POV. Okay. So you're not holding the camera. The director is, and he's breathing down your throat. Right there. He's on a ladder.
And this is different because the times, you know, like now they probably have something even better and less, like, I guess, spatial and space, like, I guess, what would you say? Like threatening,
like choreographed, or like, as far as, no,
invading your space as much. They don't do like virtual reality glasses style where they like have these glasses on you where it looks like that, or
They do. But true POV, if you want to win a POV and get the best POV award ever, when the girl's riding you, right, and looking back at you, okay, you're laying down. You don't even get to look at her. Your head has to stay up. The director is here. She is eye-banging the camera the whole time. She's not looking at you. You have to mentally go there.
Dang, so you're gonna have to sit there and like you're bored because you're looking at like the stomach of a director as you have your eyes like straight up. Wow.
So it's a huge mental game for guys.
I can see that, and it kind of leads me to this question at this point in time to these people that, you know, the guys that are interested in becoming in the industry or becoming that. Now with OnlyFans and how OnlyFans is set up, do you think it's better to do your own OnlyFans and get women to join in on there instead of doing, you know, working for these industries that pretty much will pay you a lump sum, not even a lump sum, they'll pay you a set price, and whatever they make on it is what they make?
Absolutely. And that's why I haven't, people will say, you know, when's your next scene or whatever. You know, at the end of the day, if I'm doing things for myself, I continue to make residual income on it. It's not just a one-time payout. So, you know, but for the guys, it's different. Like for me to, you know, meet somebody on a guy's set, I'm not going to do it unless I'm getting the content. I want it for me. I'm going to pay him, you know, or we're going to trade and you can put it. I know, who would have thought, right? People are like, you pay guys to, absolutely. And I hate to say it, but the penis is a prop, you know. I love penises. Okay. I mean, I do. They're great. They're amazing. But when it comes to making money, I mean, your penis needs to work. It needs to work under all circumstances. So yeah, so we're picking and choosing. You know, it's very rare that I'll have a guy, you know, a newbie. He's not getting me for a scene. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not going to bring interest. And it's kind of essentially the same thing. Like, you don't even take it on the porn scene. Let's take porn out of it, and let's just look at sports, or let's look at, you know, influencers on Instagram. You know, no one's really going to want to, an influencer's not going to post a photo with just a fan.
Yeah.
You know, they might here and there, but they're going to try to get another influencer and team up so they can literally put both of them. They're on the same level and they can build each other and get people to spread back and forth. The same thing is like fights. You know, you don't want to see, like, an upcoming fight that we have that's in the works right now is Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. You know, that's looking at the first fight in 2021. And that fight right there, you know, that's number 13 versus number 3 or number 5. I don't know what Jorge Masvidal is. But that right there, Jorge's fighting a guy that has a status that everybody will pay to watch that fight. Now, if you saw that fight happen, do you think Jorge's going to fight someone that just came off the Contender series, Dana White's Contender series? It makes no sense.
Yep, absolutely.
They're not going to buy that.
Absolutely. Like they have no clout. They don't. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I get it. So I guess to answer your question, it's absolutely beneficial to performers. And I got a question regarding that. People were asking, has OnlyFans ruined the industry? It depends on who you are. I mean, if you're a videographer, if you're a producer, director, if you're not top tier or like the top, 5 or 10 companies, it absolutely has, and they're struggling. So if these directors and producers don't get on get in with the girls or, don't set up a studio to help record and video them or be their videographer, they're not going to make any money. Yeah, so
you're saying like be their videographer in OnlyFans. So like a videographer it's super amazing at editing and everything. They pretty much will do your videoing for your solo scenes. You pay them a chunk of a scene or a chunk of episode or a chunk of season. I don't know why I said season, chunk a year. Yeah. And then they just do all the work for you, doing all the work, but they're editing and putting it all on your OnlyFans. Yeah. That's what you're saying is to team up with that.
Yep, it is. So yeah, but for all you guys out there, it's not as easy as you guys think. And I always say, practice with your friends, see if you can
practice with your friends. Get a girl that's comfortable enough to want to join you and your 10 friends.
That's right. Not for a gangbang, okay, to actually be recorded, lights, sound, there's just a lot of people on staff, not all the time, not all sets are like, many people, but for the bigger production companies and stuff, yeah, you've got a lot of people running around.
This actually leads me to a question that was asked, and it was an anonymous question. This person kind of was asking about this, and this is kind of why it's difficult for males in the porn industry. What I'm perceiving from what you're telling us is let me pull this question up, and it was along the lines of it says, Julian, can you ask Kendra on your podcast if there is things that you can do to help get off your significant other or the girl that you're with at the time? I find it very difficult at times to get off some girls, but other girls I can get off easily. Why is it that I can't perform to different levels of women or different styles of women? What is that? So essentially what I think he's asking is, why is it that, he can get some women off and some women he can't get off? Is it because, what he's watching? Is it because what they're watching or what they're used to, or they're not, performing what it's like? How would you answer that?
I think that's a good question because, for some women, he's probably feeling like he's a rock star. Like, she's having multiple orgasms and he's feeling really confident in his ability. And then he's with the next girl and she can't orgasm. Not all women are capable of orgasming, first of all. Second of all, I would honestly, every woman is completely different. I shouldn't say completely different. Of course, we have pretty much the same anatomy, but not some women like their nipples play. Some do not. Some like anal play. Some do not. So if you're not talking to your partner and you're not communicating effectively, that is the number one thing to having great sex, is to communicate. Do not hold back. You have to tell, the person you're with what you like and what you don't like. And if you're faking, like, that's not helping anybody. It's not helping you. It's not helping him, because ultimately he feels good. He thinks, he's doing a great job, but you're suffering. Like, hell no. If I don't like like if somebody's doing something with me, I'll just be like, hey, and I'll redirect them or say, oh, I like this, or I like that. I'm not afraid. And I think it just comes with, being comfortable with your sexuality, knowing what you like and what you don't like. I think women, especially like younger girls, they always feel like they have to please their partner. So within 5 minutes of the guy going down, they're already coming. doesn't happen. It really doesn't happen that often unless you have a super, super sensitive girl. It takes time, and sometimes, they don't want to let loose. So every girl's different. Talk to your partner and like, don't beat yourself up. Some girls are just not good at communicating. They're embarrassed. They don't, to tell their partner what they like. So communication is everything for sure.
This was one situation that I had, and I shouldn't say one situation, but over my years, I came across this. Like, sometimes you are feeling like that rock star. You're like, this is like your 5th time, and I haven't even got it. I'm here. I'm a champion. You're walking around like afterwards. Every time you see that person around or whatever, you're just like, yeah, they know. They're probably telling all their friends. But then you also had those girls that it was the same exact situation where, like, no matter what you did, it was difficult to even, you never could get them off, or they're just like, it almost like they were unsatisfied with you and you're just like bummed out. And what I started realizing is that, one, the foreplay is everything. A lot of people, especially with one night stands that people are trying to have, it's comfortability. And that's the key thing when it comes to it. Like, it's easy to talk to all these women out there is to get them comfortable. And the level of comfort is how you're going to get them into your room. The same thing as guys. If you're a girl talking to a guy, it's the comfortability. If you get them comfortable enough, then they'll have them at your house that they feel comfortable. And then even then, they're still not as comfortable as, they should, or they want to be, or you would like them to be. So when you kind of go in there and you kind of go strong and just the meathead style that you want to go at, it still makes them uncomfortable. So they're guarded and they don't want to open up and they don't want to climax. And that's what's causing that issue, is that you're not making them comfortable. So that foreplay is what's going to help relieve that wall. Even if it's, fingering for a little bit, using your oral sensations, moving around, just playing with her body, moving, finding her spots, hearing what she does, listening to the sound that she gives off. That will help get it. And even then, it may just be more fun for you at that point in time. You may not get them off, but at the same time, that at that point in time, that wasn't you. That was her still not as comfortable and open with you. Right. So that is, that's one situation that, kind of comes to mind when that question was asked. And if it is your significant other and you guys have been doing this multiple times, there might be something, whatever it is between you two that's not connecting. But if you're having this because you're hooking up with girls on the regular, going out and doing things, then maybe work on that foreplay a little bit more, work on that, getting her comfortable with you. And again, it's your job, but it's not your fault. That's the biggest thing people have to understand. It's not your fault if you can't get them off the first time you are with them,
Yeah. And I agree with that, and the thing is, like, with one night stands, I don't think a lot of times guys are really concerned about getting their partner off. They're just trying to get it in and move on, but if you're dating somebody long-term, or, you've been with them for a while, then it's your job. I mean, well, it's both. It's really not anybody's job. I feel like it's together. Like, if she's not happy, like, she should speak up about it. Like, if there's something that he's doing or he's not doing, it's not what you say. I think it's how you say it. And it's not to, like, insult somebody or make them feel bad, but you have to talk about it. It's like, sometimes, it's not the most comfortable thing to talk about, but if it's not happening in the bedroom, like, I don't want to continue seeing this person. Like, I'm not getting anything out of it other than maybe like a different connection. But I hate to say it, but this is the truth. When sex is good, it's only 20% of the relationship. When it's bad, it's 80%. So, and it is true.
Wow, statistic. I've never heard that before.
Well, I believe that is completely true, because I've been in relationships where the sex is terrible. Beautiful person to look at, terrible in the bedroom. And it's just like, I'm not putting up with it. It's not happening.
It's one of those things I've actually, I was told a long time ago that the amazing sex that you have, there's probably something wrong with that person. And 99%, it's very true.
Oh, no way.
Always. No, don't even say that. Always, the great sex that you have, that person is a chemical imbalance. That person's fucked up in the head. That person's just not for you. I am telling you this right now. And it is anytime anytime I hook up with a girl, and it's probably the funnest and most amazing sexual experience that
I'm relocating to the couch.
Oh, you relocate to the couch.
Yeah, my back's hurting.
But if this is just an amazing experience, I know that this person has some fucked up pastimes or some shit that's fucking messed up with them. And even though I keep going back, I start finding out what's difficult in their life. I see the struggles, and I see how like that person makes you feel, because you do some impulsive shit, you know, for some good pussy. Or tell me you don't. Like, you're out here, your fucking work calls, you're like, I want you here right now, blah, blah. Your work's like, you know, you're in the middle of work, I'm sorry. And then she calls and she's like, I need you inside me, and giving you all these pictures. Like, just, you're sitting there trying to rush to get out of work. You're risking your job just so you can get some, or you're canceling hangouts with your friends just so you can go get this because you know this is just a wild experience and you like it. That is bad. I promise you, for a terrible LA, you wouldn't give up your opportunity or give up any type of experience like that. You wouldn't.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, like that they're bad for you. Like I have really great sex with Professor X. You know, we can be toxic at times, you know, but that's just marriage, being together for so long. But at the end of the day, I get what you're saying. They say the craziest bitches give you the best ass. Like, I've heard that.
Yeah.
I don't know that I believe that to be true, though. I think that but maybe there's a reason. Maybe they do it on purpose. So maybe they are fucked up. You know, it's kind of like psychological warfare. I don't know.
It could be. And this is the thing, is I have rules in play for these type of situations. And I just know that good sex is easy to find. So I don't ever lose myself over a piece of tail. I don't don't get me wrong. I've done it before. I am not a saint by no means. That's why I have these stories. And that's why I'm telling you, I've gotten in trouble for a piece of ass. I put myself in a situation that I should never have been in for a piece of ass. All right.
I think we all have.
But I've also, and, you know, back to the initial question that we had about, you know, getting her off, not being able to. Some girls you can, you know, I literally look at it as my job and duty to get them off. But there comes a point in time where I realize my job and duty will not perform to what it is. And that's not on me, even though communication and everything, it's not on me. Then I finish my job and I walk away. This is the thing. My job is to be the best this person has ever had, so I can get a call back. And that way her friends can tell her friends, and then they will call me up. And then now I got a circle, and I got a constant group of girls that are constantly calling me. And I don't have to worry about a relationship. I don't have to worry about any of that. I can just get the booty.
Yes.
And also, not even times, those are some of my like good friends that I'll hang out with. And I'll just go hang out with them to hang out with them. You know what I mean? Like, I can be around them because we have like a grown up, you know, mentality. And that's my job. And if it doesn't happen, usually that girl won't talk to me again. And it's like, and I'm cool. And then I'll initiate conversation. We'll talk, and they'll slowly get more comfortable back with me and start talking to me. And it happens all the time. But like, they try to blame it on you. They try to make the experience you're bad, but it's like, it takes two to tango. And I'm never upset if it doesn't work out. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point. I like that though. You give it your all, one night stand or long term. I mean, fellas, you can take some tips from Julian, you know, he's a beast in the bedroom too. I love it.
You have to, right? You want to have these callbacks. You want to have a lot of people, I think, have a lot of sexual frustrations because, and they lose confidence because they get these dry spells. And if it's male and female, they start thinking doubt on themselves. They start focusing on this, like, why won't this person talk to me? Why won't it? It shouldn't be like that. these people just need to have the confidence. They go in there, and if it doesn't work out, you shouldn't be messaging, texting, and constantly blowing up. You should slowly try to talk to them. If they want to talk to you, then move on. You've got other opportunities. And, just because you didn't get one job doesn't mean you can't keep going and applying at other places. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right. So for the guy that asked that question, don't beat yourself up. Every woman's different. And if she's not communicating to you what she likes, then either you're not making her comfortable or she's not comfortable enough with herself to tell you what she likes. And I forgot my timeline. Son of
That's perfect. So
you have it?
There's another question. Yeah. There's another question that we have on here. That I think it's real good.
Okay.
This question came from a girl named Hannah. I don't think we can say their names, but I'm not going to give them I'm not going to give out their Instagram or anything like that. I think we're going to keep this private, make people comfortable. This person's named Hannah. And they asked, what is the best way to be comfortable with your sexuality and stop caring what other people think? So it sounds like she's uncomfortable, or she's comfortable with who she is, but she's also scared to open up because she has more frustration and more investing into other people. How would you answer that one?
I'm back. Took me a minute.
Oh, you just fell out. Were you able to hear what I was saying, or just like playing games?
No, I'm fired from the. I'm fired.
I see you. Okay. Just like you're changing position.
I can't get comfortable. Yeah. It's his elbow, man.
Yeah, your elbow.
Yeah. Man, I'm dying here.
Did you go the rock style this weekend and drop an elbow on the concrete or something?
I might have. It's bad right now. I'm achy. Okay, so Hannah, I know who you are. And I think, I don't mean it like creepy way, but
that was the creepiest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I know.
I know who you are, Hannah.
Hannah has texted me, and she is from Norway, and I know all about her. She's very sweet. And I think she's kind of come to terms with who she is and her sexuality. But in all honesty, owning your sexuality just comes with time. And I always say this, but if you are constantly worried about what everyone thinks and you're living your life for everybody else, you will never be happy. You will live inside of a societal jail, okay? Worrying about conforming to the norms of society and never truly, truly be happy. At the end of the day, when you die, is anybody really going to care if you're gay, if you're bisexual, if you're who's really going to care? They're not. They're going to miss the person that you were. So if you're a good person and you don't harm animals, children, or the elderly, then you should be able to do what you want to do. And just own who you are. Who cares what people think? If they are not accepting, then you know what? They shouldn't be in your life. They shouldn't be in your circle of trust. Period. That's it.
I agree with that too, man. For Hannah, this is one thing that people need to understand is fuck everyone. Literally fuck everyone. I fucking don't give a shit what the person in room 309 of this hotel is doing. I don't give a shit what that person on TikTok is doing. I only care about myself, and I'm going to follow what makes me happy. Now, if my sexual preference is I love females of all shapes and sizes and of all colors, race, and ethnicities. And I have an age limit on the females that I like. And that's just my moral stuff.
That's right.
There are some attractive males out there, but that's just not my cup of tea. But I don't care if that's someone else's cup of tea. If they like it and they want to talk to me about the guy that they saw and things like that, I'll have a conversation with them, but it just gets to the point where there's not a lot I can relate to that conversation. But if you are open and if your sexuality is, male on male, female on female, female on male, or all in between, it is okay. You should be who you want to be, because at the end of the day, you're going to be spending 20 years of your life trying to live it for somebody else. And by that time, you're going to be fed up with it. And then you're going to look back on it and realize that you should have been doing what you wanted the whole time, because those people that you're looking to live for and those people that you don't want to be judged by probably won't be in your life anytime longer than 5 years.
Yep. Or they're going to judge you anyway, regardless of what you choose to do. People are always going to have an opinion, and good or bad or indifferent. At the end of the day, all that matters is the people that you love, that you care about, and that support you are there. And that's it, period.
You know, this is kind of crazy, and it doesn't matter the level of popularity you have. It can be the level of, you know, just a normal person, or it could be all the way up to Kobe Bryant. It can all be up to Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman was being joked upon and laughed at and judged on his appearance during quarantine, of why he was lacking like his body figure. Like you could see he was sucked in. He looked drained, and there's something wrong. He had a lot of weight loss, and people were being negative. People were trying to tell him what to do, saying all this. And the next thing we know, a few days ago, we find out that he passes, an icon of our communities and an icon of the Marvel world. He passes because he has colon cancer, and he never said it to anybody. He only focused on himself, and he never let his burdens be on anybody else. But if you see that, like, no matter what you do, that guy was an amazing person for everyone. But there's still people that are giving out negative information and saying negative things and making fun of you regardless of your status. And it's one of those things, like, that's why I say fuck everyone. Like, who gives a fuck? That person's not paying your bills. That person's not walking in your skin. That person's not doing anything for you. Now, if that person was your lifeline and they're paying you money and they're feeding you and giving you money, you still need to say fuck them and go live your own stuff, because you can't depend on them, because that's just not how it works. But essentially, you know who I was reading this today, and I was on Instagram, and who put it out there was Riley Reid. Did you read her recent post?
I wish I had the time.
I
like Riley. I am not in the hotel room like you. I can't even get one episode of Blacklist in. I'm jealous. I'm jealous, Julian.
I feel it. I understand. And this is just me. It pops up, and it's very, you know, when you see a photo, even when it comes to you, or it comes to a lot of these, you know, high-end porn stars that you see a lot, and you guys show a booty picture, I'm going to read the caption, because, you know, you caught my eyes. And in her caption, she's talking about a relationship. She's talking about the suffering of a relationship because of the life that she chose. Her boyfriends, or she's only had 2 normal boyfriends, is what she's stating, and that she's stuck in a realm because she can't find a significant other because of her industry that she's in. The guys that she's with, that they start liking, they start giving them an ultimatum: porn or them. And she's always choosing porn. And it's like, it does, like, you know, it's just, I like her response on it, because when someone gave him an ultimatum and said, this is what you're going to either do, you're either going to continue with your career or you're going to be with me. And she's like, I love my career. I want to go with what makes me happy. And she chose that. She feels as if she might have, you know, ruined her relationship status for the rest of her life. But I don't believe that. I believe that right now, at this time, she's going to be focused on her stuff. And then at a point in time, things are going to change, and she's going to get what she wants. But I love how, no matter what people said, no matter what emotion was in it, when someone gave her the ultimatum of a loved one, of someone that cared for her, and she felt that care, and they said, you need to leave this or pick me. And she left them to continue what she loves. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And it's not easy, you know, and that's a common, I do feel bad for the girls in the industry, because in all honesty, I try to put myself in their shoes, and it's the same pattern with all of the girls and some of the guys in the industry too. You know, very rarely do adult stars date outside of the industry, because they can't. People either only want to be with them because they know them for their stage name, and they don't really want to get to know who they are. It's all fun and games, and then somebody falls in love, and the ultimatum happens, and that's not fair. So for a lot of the people in the industry, they date within the industry because they accept what each other does, but ultimately they're settling, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, I love most of the people that I, you know, had worked with, but I don't want to be with someone like that just out of, you know, being comfortable or not having other options, you know? So, I mean, I love the fact that she did that. And I think that is awesome. And it takes a strong person to do that, you know? And, you know, she's young enough too, where when she gets out, you know, she'll still have a life ahead of her. I mean, we all have a past, but I think, you know, she owns it, and that's awesome. But for a lot of the other girls, you know, it is hard and it sucks. So,
Yeah, so I mean, Hannah, this is going back to your question. This whole thing's answering your question is, you know, when you're saying to be comfortable with your sexuality and, you know, to do things for other people, stop. Do what you want. Regardless, at the end of the day, you continue the path that you want, you'll find the people that should be in your life. And it works out. I mean, look, for right here, look at this. Kendra, I'm going to use you an example.
Go for it.
You went into this career path and you've been judged, you've been hated on, people looked at you differently, family, friends, and some of those people probably aren't in your life to this day, but at the end of it, you still pursued what you loved, what you cared for, and what you know, stood behind, and you still found that significant other. You have Professor Xavier, Professor X, is the dopest person I've ever met, and you found him. So, you know, Hannah, with this being the testament, just seeing the career choices, like if you want girl on girl, if you want guy on guy, if you want, whatever your sexual preference is, go after it, go for it, be comfortable. And if anyone judges you, shrug your shoulders and walk away, because that person shouldn't be in your life regardless.
100%. And, you know, I agree. At the end of the day, stay true to who you are, and those that are meant to be in your life will be. And, you know, and some of those people, even in my life, that family that judged based on what I was doing, you know, eventually came back to apologize. And, you know, I didn't need that, but it was nice. So just stay true to who you are. And I think just be a good person, be a kind person, and the rest will just fall into place. Now I got to move back to my spot.
Yo, you keep moving. And, you know, this is,
sorry, this position, I always have to look at myself.
You got to. That was definitely the position that someone is going to jump up behind you and start it off in the porn industry right there. This is what we have. We're going on to another fan question. This person is, you know, I'm not going to give their social name out, but this person, let's call it Call. This person's called Call, and it said, should straight men try anal, considering that's a G-spot? Now, this question kind of throws me off.
Okay.
All right. I'm thinking of the movie Road Trip when, you know, Sean William Scott's bent over inside of the sperm donating bank. They're trying to get money, and he tells Nadia, or the Russian lady, you know, he needs some assistance. She bends him over, and she takes 2 or 3 fingers, shoves them up, you know, his anal rectal cavity, shoves it up there, and there's a spot in the male, like anus, like a pituitary gland. I don't necessarily know what
prostate gland.
Is it prostate gland? I don't know why I said pituitary, but anyways, prostate gland. And if you hit it right there, it gets him to come. That's what I'm considering, but I don't really necessarily know exactly what that question is. Is that a thumb up the butt, a finger up the butt, or a dildo in the ass? What are we talking here?
It's many of those things. So the prostate gland is a gland that is responsible for a lot of things. Okay. When you get older, it just gets in the way and causes you to have problems when you pee. But when you're younger, it helps actually to kind of keep the sperm alive a little bit longer. It does produce a little bit of fluid as well. And when it is stimulated, either digitally or, you know, the line of scrimmage that we talk about, that line between your balls and your asshole. Okay. Well, that line, the taint, if you, it's called the perineum, whatever. If you actually press on that, to a degree. It can cause, you can kind of feel or stimulate the prostate a little bit, and that will help to kind of give you a really intense orgasm. However, it's much easier when the guy is laying on his stomach. I know that seems kind of weird. And you put a couple pillows under his hips, and you stick a finger, lots of lube, relaxation. I would say definitely warm them up before. So, a little bit of foreplay. Lube them up gently, gently. And, don't be afraid. I mean, I was afraid of poop, but hey, it happens, but don't overthink it. Lube it up. And you only have to go in probably 2 inches. So I don't know, a couple inches deep. Okay. Slowly. And you're going to kind of just like this. So it feels kind of like a spongy type of a ball. You'll feel it. Sometimes you got to wiggle around a little bit, but you kind of just do this come here motion. So you're laying face down. And that will definitely, sometimes you'll see a little fluid that will come out of the tip of the penis. And that usually means orgasm is close. But a lot of times it's nice if you're doing other things while you're doing that. So either stroking him or he's stroking himself. He doesn't always have to lay on his back or on his stomach, but it's a little bit easier to find. But he can lay on his back as well. And then you just kind of do the come here motion this way. So.
Yeah, that doesn't, if I'm straight as fuck, and I wouldn't, I just don't, that didn't sound appealing to me. Like I've had a female, shove a finger up my ass before, and it was just a very abrupt, uncomfortable situation. It's not a entry point for me, and it just doesn't feel comfortable. I don't like people around my anus at all. I don't like when people even touch my butt, to be honest. I really don't. Really weird. You
clench, don't you? You're clenching right now. I can see it in your face.
Oh no, I'm not clenching right now just by talking about it. But it definitely isn't something that I go for. And so if you want to try it and you're okay with it, and it warms up, then go for it. If the significant other is okay with it. To me personally, I can't answer this question because I just don't feel comfortable with that.
And that's okay. A lot of guys don't. Yeah. But for you, his name was that fan question was from Callum Rogers 91.
You're gonna give him a name? Give him a name.
Yeah, that was his name. It's okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't give him a name. I don't know if you never know if he wanted to.
Okay, we'll edit it out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna edit it out. You already called him out. Bitch. So, Cole, if you want to finger up the butt, go for it. Because you know what? This is a thing, man. This is a thing. And
it doesn't make you gay.
It doesn't. It's not about being gay. If it's pleasurable for you, then go for it. Mm-hmm. Go for it. It was not pleasurable for me. It's happened actually multiple times. They just always do it. It's just like, hey, I don't like that.
You've had a bad experience. That's the thing. It's like if you get bit by a dog, okay, a dog abruptly bites you, okay, like it did me in first grade, okay, and I had to show my ass to the police officer and I got a badge. That was really exciting. You were kind of hesitant to be around dogs. However.
Not at all. Bullshit. I call bullshit. I've been bit by a dog. I've been punched in the face by a female. I've been kicked in the nuts by a horse. I have been fucking spit on by a camel. I'm just saying, I still go around all these, people, animals, and, it does not stop me from it. I'm just saying it just doesn't feel accepting to me. I don't accept it.
Yeah, well, because you've had people violate your hole. They've violated it abruptly without lube. So, it's happened to me before, like with the whole anal thing. You can't just stick it in. It requires some... Oh, and that's called milking, actually, like with
milking
the prostate.
Milking the prostate. Yes, you're right. Now it makes sense. This is okay. This is funny that we're talking about this because I've been on the other end where I have done the situation and stuck a finger in the butt or went in for the kill without warming it up, and it definitely wasn't a good experience. Let's just say, funny fucking story. This girl she was a bombshell. I'm telling you, blonde, Like literally she was in her 30s and she was fitness. She had the body, she had everything, fake boobs. I'm telling you, this is the type of person that, you know, could have been a porn star or could have been a fitness model, and all these guys would see these photos of her and just keep going in. If she has an OnlyFans, she'd make a lot of money. She just has a smoking body. Everything, I'm telling you, from her curves to her features, it was amazing. But she was a freak.
Nice.
She was a freak. And we were, you know, we were messing around, go back to her house, doing our thing. And like, there was a lot of things that she was telling me to do and positions to put her in. And I was like, okay, I'm telling you, we had her in the air. We're like, you know, having her legs up in between my hands. I'm holding her head. I'm just pounding and throwing it everywhere, spinning her around. She wanted me to stick a finger in her butt. I put it in her butt. Dude, I was having so much fun. She had a sex swing. I'm telling you, she had whips. I was intrigued. I knew that this was so good that this person was a toxic person. So I knew there was some fucked up shit about this girl, but I was all in. And I'm like, I'm having fun to the point where I wouldn't even, like, I would stop just so I wouldn't, you know, orgasm, to keep this intense feeling going, this fun going. And we're going, and she's just like always calling, like just kind of putting every position. And then I went in and I went to stick it in her butt, and she jumps forward like she was a donkey jumping out of jumping out of the stall, or a horse, a bronco jumping out, you know, right before someone's trying to ride. She flew forward and just fucking went crazy on me, to the point where I was like, whoa, like, okay. I mean, I get I was at fault, but shit was getting really weird, like how she was yelling at me, that I grabbed my phone. And to this day, I have the video on my phone of me legitimately like having this conversation with her, because I was afraid that this girl was going to try to turn this into something way worse. Like she was making it sound like I forced myself on her and stuff. I'm like, yeah, it was just really fucked up. And I have the video here, and I'm like, look, like, we're here. She's like, she was trying to, in the video, you hear her kind of saying that I wasn't invited into her house. And like, I was like, whoa. And then we're sitting here talking. I was like, we were just at this place, XYZ. And then it got to the point where she's like, well, you know, I agreed to having this and having intercourse. I agreed, and I told you what to do and things like that. And I was guiding you through this stuff, but you just can't just stick it in my butt out of nowhere. Like, this is a huge, and she just went fucking crazy. And I was like, all right, I got to get out of here. But since I have her on camera stating, I just wanted to get this girl to admit that, you know, like, she couldn't turn this into, say, like some crazy deal of me forcing anything on her. So I have a video of it. I have the video of us both sitting there and her kind of like calming down and like admitting that, you know, that she wanted intercourse. She did this, but I was just like, what the fuck? To answer the question, don't fuck around with the anus, because some people don't like that shit.
Yeah, you can't just like stick it in without warning. It's like, that is a huge issue that needs to be discussed. Like, it's just different. I can't explain it. Like, it took me a long time before I was even good at it. I mean, and it's not like I'm the best at it, but you know, I'm pretty fucking good.
I was young when this happened.
Yeah.
This video, I'm telling you, this video is like on a fucking Motorola Razr, so the quality is fucking terrible. But I still hold this thing. I still hold it.
Statute of limitations, baby.
I just didn't know. And then, I'm telling you, this is probably like 10 years. You know, this 10 years, I still don't trust it. That's how there's I don't care. I mean, I was young. Everybody's talking about anal, and I'm ready to rock out. So, you know, whoever asked that fan question, if you want to try it out, go for it. But like she says, be comfortable, be ready, and on to the next question. And
I know, right?
I just want to let you guys know, thank you for being part of my fucking psycho lady
nightmare.
My 20-year-old run. I loved it. Another question, and this one, it says it's from an anonymous as well. Mm-hmm. It says, Do women lie about orgasms? Do men lie when they tell women they love her, or they say, "I've never had a girl do a BJ like that"? BJ stands for blowjob for some of you people that don't know sexual terms.
Right. And we kind of talked about this earlier. Absolutely, women lie about it, especially when we're in our 20s. Yeah, because we're so worried about pleasing our partner, or we want to get that shit over with. Like, get the on, let's go. Like, I'm not digging your breath. I'm not digging your movements. You're like a jackhammer. You're, a one-speed wonder. Like, that doesn't work for me. Oh, yeah. I'm lying my ass off to get out of your house and out of your bed. Boom. Absolutely. What do you think?
Absolutely. Guys lie just to get girls to have sex with them. Honest, like, we tell you what we want you to hear to get you into our bed, and we will spend time and work time and put stuff together to get you in our bed. And it just depends on what kind of person that is, to where if they're open about it prior or not. But I honestly believe women are more sexual than men are. I honestly believe that the girls they want sex more than males. And in all honesty, I think that's how it is. And, the guys just have to have the right game to unlock that comfortability access to get them to want to hook up and get together. But guys would tell girls what they want to hear, because if a girl asks you this, then this is to answer this question. Let's take it off of sexual terms. Okay. If a girl asks you, does this dress make me look fat? And your response is yes, you're fucked. You're fucked.
Yeah. It's not happening.
You can't. If it does, you have to like revert the answer. Be like, no, you look stunning, but I don't think you look good in brown. I don't think you look good in orange. And that would just kind of do that. Or you wouldn't even have to say, I don't think you look good. It's like, I like the color green. It brings your eyes out way more. That color just isn't the evening. Like, that's how you get them. You find a way to give it to them without saying, yes, you look like shit. So yeah, when a girl's giving you BJ, even if it's the shittiest one in the world, you tell her, this shit's fire as fuck. You're the best I ever had. Because you know what? This chick's going to call you tomorrow. You know what I mean? Or in 2 days, or next week, whenever you're ready to go again. Vice versa with the girls. You're like, this guy's really not that good, but I don't want to hurt his feelings. I'm just saying. I spit on a girl's back to make it seem like I came so I can walk away. So.
Are you kidding me?
I'm a fucking savage.
Oh my God, that's bad, but it's kind of funny. I mean, okay. Hey, whatever. You do what you have to do. I've done some things I'm not proud of. But then again, I've already said I lost my dignity a long time ago. So whatever, it doesn't matter.
If you're listening to this podcast, you realize that Julian is a fucking amazing person and great to everyone. But I'm a motherfucker, like I'm just a fucking wild one, and I'm okay with it. Well, you guys know, if you're listening to the Beauty and the Beast podcast, and if you get to this point, I just want you guys to know how you perceived me before you listen to this moment of these dirty stuff. How do you perceive Julian Marquez? That's what I want to know. Let's get into some fight talks, and we'll go back to some fan questions. Did you watch these fights this past weekend?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did.
And how did it go? How was it?
I caught some highlights. So, yes, I'm never really good at the whole betting portion. However, I did catch the main and the co-main highlights and things like that. So,
yeah, let's hear it. Oof, that scared me. Let's hear it. Tell me about this Racket and Smith fight. When you saw the highlights, when you saw this fight, what came to your mind? I'm telling you, there were some good fights, but this one was the highlight. This is 205 division. The winner of this fight could possibly fight against Dom or Jan for the lightweight contender title or the spot to go for the belt since John Jones vacated it. Tell me right now your thoughts on this stuff. Did you put money on it? What's up? Tell me.
I didn't put any money on it, but at this point, like, what is next for Racket? If I'm saying his name right, Racket? I don't feel like I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know what's next. Potentially a shot for the belt. I mean, I don't know. As far as Anthony Smith, I think at this point, he's lost like the last 3 or 4. Is it? And I just feel like right now, maybe I still feel like he's got a lot of fight left in him. I just think maybe he needs like to take a little bit of a break. I feel like it's not like the Lionheart, that's his nickname, obviously. And I just feel like maybe he's just blowing his load too early. Is that what I'm saying? And like, he can't stand the duration. I don't know. That's what it seems like to me, but I'm not the expert. This is just, what I'm thinking.
This is the thing. That fight was impressive. Anthony Smith is a black belt on the ground. And he's a higher belt than Racket. And it was crazy because you thought Racket was going to keep it standing the whole time in this battle, but he actually was taking Anthony Smith down. And I don't think Anthony Smith was up for it and understood what was going on. I don't think he was ready for that type of pressure. And you saw Anthony Smith trying to throw up triangles, but this is the thing, man. I think the fight with Thiago Santos and Glover Teixeira that's coming up in a couple weeks, I think that fight is definitely that one could go. The winner of that one can fight on this, the winner fight Racket, and then that one could be the contender spot, or the winner of that one can fight for the belt, because at the same time, those guys are on a winning streak, whereas Racket and Smith both are on losing streaks. They both lost their last fight. This is their first win. So I don't think they get the title shot right now. I think they have one more fight before they can. But where the Thiago Santos and the Glover Teixeira, that could be the next title contention fight right there. But with Smith, I don't think he should take time off. I think that's his issue, is that he isn't taking time off, or that he is taking time off. I think between fights, he's not improving in between those fights. Look, and I can be a little harsh here. I love Anthony Smith. I think he's a great commentator, and I think he's comfortable at commentating. I think behind the desk, he's great. He's he's impressive, and he's an impressive fighter as well. He has, a ridiculous amount of fights, over 40 fights. And if you watch him, it almost looks like he hasn't improved in his last fights. Like when he fought John Jones, like after that fight, he just kind of
lost confidence. Do you think?
I don't think you lose confidence when you fight somebody like that, and you win it, and you had that type of. I mean, regardless, even though he was getting beat all the rounds, he didn't give up, and I get it, but the fights after with, his people, it doesn't look like he's improved. And he doesn't, even though he's won some, it didn't look like he improved. When he fought Glover Teixeira, whenever he faced some adversity, it didn't look like he knew what to do, and he got tired, and it looks like he's not improving on his skills on the off season. And, on that fight, I bet on that fight, but I didn't bet a winner. I bet the over on the round. I said it was going to go over a round and a half, which it did exactly that. So it paid out. But it was it's just one of those situations where, I think Anthony Smith is now questioning whether to go down to 185. And it's like, I don't think you should cut weight. I think you should stay where you're at because you're phenomenal at it. But I think you just need to improve your skills on the off season, learn up a new game plan, have a system that you kind of like, this is what we're going to do if this happens type of deal. And I think he will improve in that sense. But in all honesty, since he was on the up and coming and the rise with all of his wins all the way up until he fought, John Jones, is when he got the commentating job. And I felt like he got comfortable and he pulled away from training. And he just needs to have that dog fight back in with him, like that's what I believe. And, it was a great fight. as well as our co-main event. The co-main event was Neil Magney and Robbie Lawler. What were your thoughts on that one? That was just an impressive fight for Magney, to be honest.
Yeah, and from kind of like what I'm reading and what I saw, there's, people are saying, does Magney get the respect that he deserves? Lawler obviously has been around forever. He's I think he was ranked 13th or 14th. And then Magney they were like, had it so close. But my thing is, I feel like Magney dominated the fight. So do you think that, Lawler's ranked appropriately? I don't know. He's one of the, the greatest, but does Lawler maybe need to go down in weight? I don't know.
No, there's no way Lawler can go down in weight. He's too big, and he's been at 70 his whole career. This is the thing, though. You got to understand, Neil Magney fought Robbie Lawler on a few weeks' notice. Robbie Lawler accepted his fight. He was a last-minute replacement. It wasn't supposed to be Robbie Lawler.
Who was he supposed to fight originally?
His original opponent, I don't really.
I think his name. I think I remember reading. Okay, but continue.
But his original opponent wasn't. His original opponent fell through, and they switched it up, and it's Robbie, and Robbie took it on short notice. So that's that right there. Like, Neil Magney did exactly what he should at the level that he's at to somebody that takes a short notice fight. When you take a short notice fight, and it doesn't matter if it's a top 10 or not, when you take a short notice fight, you both should be where you're at, but it should come down to cardio, and the only way you lose is because of cardio.
That's what I meant to say. Does he need to go up in weight because he's got a strong chin, and maybe he doesn't have to, he can hit hard, and maybe that's where, I don't know, if you're a little bit higher, then your cardio doesn't have to be. I don't know that these guys.
I don't see that. I think Robbie's at the right spot that he needs to be, but Robbie needs to stop taking these fights against wrestlers. Robbie needs to stop taking these fights against people that, he shouldn't take short notice fights. At his point in career, he can't be taking these fights like this, even though he probably made a good, pretty penny for stepping up to the plate and fighting against Neil Magney on short notice, especially. You probably made a good penny, but you're going at a loss. You went through your last 5 fights have been all wrestlers, and it doesn't look good on your behalf. And Neil Magney's a striker, and he's not a jiu-jitsu guy, but Neil Magney's the one that's taking him down. Neil Magney's evolving. He's showing his whole entire arsenal, is showing his evolution with his new camp and the people that he's with. He's growing, and you see that. And Neil Magney, by all means, should have done what he did. He should have, because he's at the top of he's at the top 15, and he took a short notice fight against somebody else that's in the top 10, top 15. Right. Yep. And Neil Magney, that's exactly what it should have done. Had it been the other way around, it would have been like, whoa, like everybody would have been shocked. He took out Neil Magney, this, that, and the other. But that wasn't this in this parallel universe. This one, Neil Magney wins, dominates, and that was just it was a great fight to watch. And now I just want Robbie Lawler to take a fight with someone that's a striker, that's not a wrestler, that's not a jiu-jitsu guy, and they stand up, and we can see the Robbie Lawler that we want to see. And during that time, Robbie Lawler needs to improve on his wrestling. He needs to sit there and get with a bunch of grapplers and go to a wrestling school and learn a little bit more on grappling against the cage, because, it's not a good look when you see Neil Magney, who's predominantly a striker, start taking you down. And it's just like, this is your weakness. Everybody knows your weakness now. How to beat Robbie Lawler, put him on the cage, put him on his back. And it's like, it's tough, but it is what it is. But Neil Magney deserves his respect, deserves it. This guy is taking out people that he's been the underdog in all of his fights, and he's coming through every time.
So you think Lawler just essentially, you said, needs to get with a coach, get wrestling, get the grappling, the jiu-jitsu, and do you think that'll, I don't know, improve his game tremendously? Or, I don't know.
It's one of those things. It's so hard to change for people that are in the top 15, top 10, for them to change their style, especially that they've been at it a long time. Robbie Lawler's been at it he started younger than I was getting into this, and he's been in it almost fucking 20 years. You know what I mean? He's close to that. Like, that's ridiculous. And he's a young guy that's been fighting for a long time. And he made his debut, his professional debut in 2001. So we're talking about 19 years of this. And it's so hard to change somebody like that. But what he needs is to not take these short notice fights.
Got it.
You can't take, like, you're on a losing streak. You are a name, but it comes to a point where, you know, what are you in this for? Are you in it for the money? Are you in it for the name? Are you in it for the hype? You know, like, what are you in this for exactly? What do you want to be? Like, you're not on the main card anymore, or you're on the main card. You're not on the main event spot anymore. You're not main eventing anymore because you don't have that much pull and pop to the new era that people want to watch. And it's like, you just need to reevaluate, rekindle your game, learn a new style if you want. It's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. It's not easy to learn a new style, but you need to focus on that and stop taking short notice fights. Got it. Okay. But yeah, I had Neil Magney parlayed with over a round and a half because I didn't feel like Magney was going to put him out. And I didn't feel like Robbie was going to do that. I had a killer parlay this weekend. I put a big money on this parlay. I had Alex Caracas. I had Zach Cummings. I had Impa Kasanganai, and I had Ricardo Lamas. All four of them in a parlay, and it won me big money. Let's put it down. I put 400. I won $100. I put $100 down on this, and I won over $400. Let's put it like that.
That's awesome. All right.
And but it was a great situation, a great deal. And the fights that, fights were really impressive. They're entertaining this weekend, and it was one of those situations that I can't wait for these next coming weeks of, UFC fights that are happening. We got some big ones coming up, some huge ones coming up. What's your favorite fight that you see that's on the books right now that's coming up?
Gosh, of course. It's, Bad Vibes 1997. There was a fan question. They talked, well, I shouldn't say that one. They talked about Khabib and Gaethje. So they said, who do you got? And then the Adesanya and Costa. Those are, the most exciting. The hype that those two they've been going back and forth, the trash talking. So I think that one for me is probably, going to be the most exciting one, or the one I'm looking forward to the most. What about you?
Absolutely. It's just insane, that card. Let's even go up to the UFC 253, where we're talking about Israel Adesanya. We're talking about Paulo Costa. This card. All right. And this is like, I love how we talk about this, because this is like if fight cards would give you orgasms, this card worked hard. 253, we had the lineup. Just look at this. Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa. You have Dominic Reyes versus Jan Blachowicz. You have Yan, I don't know how to say her name, and Claudia Gadelha fighting each other. You have so many different fights up here, but you have two title fights in the first time in history that I've been, first time in the modern day, in the modern time, that we're crowning a new lightweight champion that isn't DC, that isn't John Jones. It's vacated. So we get these fights, like that card is going to be insane. We get to see what Claudia Gadelha does with Mark Henry going against a fast Yan. This girl is ridiculous. Her speed, her striking skills, her grappling skills, and it's just, that card is impressive. And for me to pick between Israel Adesanya, for your fan question asked, Israel Adesanya or Paulo Costa, or Justin Gaethje and Khabib, I will always go with Israel Adesanya in this fight, because I think Israel is the smarter fighter, even though Costa has that power. I just don't think he has the striking capabilities, and I think he's just too much of a meathead, to be honest. I don't think his fighter IQ is beyond or at the level of Israel Adesanya. I think it's going to be tough to hit Israel Adesanya, and the Khabib and Gaethje fight. You can argue both ways.
Yes. I agree 100% with you that about the fighting IQ. Like, Costa is not as calculated as Adesanya is. So I think he's going to be a little bit more strategic, where Costa is going to just wait for that heavy hit. He's a powerful hitter. So, I mean, we'll see. And it obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but Adesanya is the favorite. So I don't know how I'm going to bet on that, but we will see. Either way, it's going to be exciting. And I can't wait for it. So absolutely.
This is my perspective. Look, Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa. Israel Adesanya is a difficult puzzle to figure out. He's a person that has strikes from all these different ranges. He doesn't use a lot of power, but he has power. He's very calculated in what he throws. He's just very diverse in his striking: knees, elbows, clinch game, long range. It doesn't matter where it's at. His movement, his evading, his crackback. It's very unpredictable. Where Paulo Costa throws these power shots, and if they land, they are devastating, but they're predictable. You can see what he's going to throw. There's not like Paulo Costa doesn't go with an uppercut, switches it, and comes with the same side overhand, or Paulo Costa doesn't throw an uppercut, switches it straight right to the same side head kick, or switching it to a knee or a hook. Like, it's either it's going to be a hard jab, a 1-2, a 2-3. It's just the same basic pattern, and he's good at the basics, but there's no feints, there's no real threat. And if you try to trade with him, then he becomes a threat. But if you don't trade with him and you move, he becomes a target that is just too easy for you to hit. You're going to see him get frustrated, and it's going to be hard for him to close that range if he doesn't do that. That's why he's a pressure fighter, and Israel Adesanya is just way too intelligent.
All right. Well, we will see. I want Adesanya to win. But I don't know. I want to take the underdog. I'm just all about the underdogs because I won. Okay. So it's nothing personal, but I like Adesanya better.
I like it. And, back to that Khabib and Gaethje fight. What are your thoughts on that one? I mean, this is the fight that we all wanted to see. Right. This is the fight where it kind of throws up there. There's a lot of entanglement with this fight. Having the same management, having the same. They've been in the same room. They've been in the same training area. They're friends. They know each other. But this fight is a great matchup. Tell me your breakdown.
I'm excited about this one. And I read something really hilarious that McGregor had said, obviously the history between Khabib and McGregor. This is what he quoted. He said, Khabib will be running around the outside of the octagon, shitting his pants. And the first 10 seconds of the fight, he's going to be diving for Gaethje's legs to get a whiff of his jockstrap. So I thought that was funny. I don't know. Khabib is the favorite. Gaethje, obviously, underdog. I don't know. I don't know. Khabib, I don't know. If he gets him on the ground, I mean, it's over. So I don't know. But, I mean, Gaethje has a lot of power, too. I mean, I don't know. I'm undecided on this one because I haven't watched enough of Khabib, to be honest, to really know, other than the fact that he's undefeated.
You see Khabib, and he does the same style. It doesn't matter who it is, and he's very, very well and very good at it. But this is one thing that kind of opposes an argument into this to the people that always are going with Khabib. And this is why it makes this so much of a fun fight. Aliquinta took a short notice fight against Khabib, and Khabib was dominating, but Al was able to get up a lot, and Al was just a tough-nosed guy. He would stand up a lot in that fight, and he would get up a lot, and he would stop some of the takedowns, but it was still difficult. The relentless pressure, it wasn't breaking out. Al was not being broken by it, but he was still getting up. And that was a 6 day, or no, that was a day before changed, because Khabib was supposed to fight. It was supposed to fight somebody else on that card. But what happened, they threw, Conor McGregor threw that dolly through the window. That was that occurrence. And, Mike Chiesa was going to do that, but he had a cut eye. Al was doing this. Everything was all switched up. So anyways, Al fights him, takes the fight, goes against him, and he did phenomenal. And Al has wrestling experience. Well, Gaethje is a really, really good wrestler, and he's just an entertaining guy. And he doesn't wrestle people, but he can. He can stop takedowns. He can get up if he needs to. He's went against some tough-nosed fighters in his time. And we saw in his stand-up against Tony Ferguson, who is dominating in stand-up in the ground. He's just awkward. He did phenomenal. And this fight, this can pose a lot because, for the first 30 seconds of the fight, Conor McGregor doesn't know a lot of wrestling, but the first 30 seconds of the fight with Conor, Khabib grabbed his leg and Conor hit a switch, put him on his butt, and did the one thing incorrect was he let him square back up and he went back to neutral, and Khabib was able to get that position. Had he stayed on it and kept going that angle, he had Khabib on his butt. And if you don't believe me, go look at it. Okay. Go look at it. It makes it known that, like, okay, Conor actually I was very impressed with some of his takedown defense. He just didn't know a lot. That's where Gaethje has the part in the shine to put an argument. Like, now it's going to go in stand up, and we haven't seen Khabib do striking. So it's like, well, how are we going to do this? Let's see what happens here. And it's going to be a fucking wild fight.
I'm just excited, because in all honesty, I don't know. I've been anticipating him fighting for a while, and to actually be honed in on a different level, still trying to learn more about the sport and research some of the history. So I am super excited to see him fight.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to call it this fight. I won't call it. I won't present it. I will sit here and be a fan. There's very few fights out there that I will sit there and try to be like, yeah, this person can win, that person, but there's a very few fights that I'm going to be like, all right, I don't know who's going to win. If you give me an argument that Khabib's going to win, okay, I'll back you on that. But if you give me an argument that Gaethje's going to win, okay, I'll back you on that, because neither one of them are wrong. You're not going to convince me either way or because there's always a good argument on both sides.
Got it. Well, can't wait. Whew. So that brings us to dun, 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 dun.
What does it bring it to?
Hotties of the week.
We're going hotties of the week. The sexual attraction on Instagram that you get stuck with when you're looking at your Explorer. Is that what we're talking about?
That's it.
Sexy ladies of the week. Let's bring it out. Let's break it down. I sent you a few. We're only gonna pick two. Who do you got? Let's start it off.
I'm picking two and you're picking two.
Yeah, we're picking two. We're doing two. Let's see who you got. Show me your Instagram baddies of the week. I want to see them.
Bianca. Let me tell you her name. Bianca. And this one is just totally out of the blue. I did a little searching beyond the Explorer page. Bianca. Her name is Bianca, and it's BIANCA SHADAI. Shaddai or Shaddai. I'm not if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And this beautiful lady she has not only outer beauty, but it seems like she is very, very much into building the confidence and empowering women. Her focus is health, fashion, and finances. She is a pioneer of leading ladies. She is it looks like a New Jersey families leader, which obviously has something to do within the community. She sells health and wellness products, CBD, You can, if you check out her page, I like the fact that she seems, well, look at her. Sorry.
Very, like, when I look at her page, I'm looking at it as we speak.
So pretty.
And when you see her, she is a chocolate delight. Her skin looks so soft and so smoothing that it's just appealing just to look. Like, you start getting caught in by her just body structures and physical, features that she has. She has, luscious eyes with that look. Again, I love those ladies that look into the camera and own it. She has thick legs, a very fit body, beautiful long hair. This is someone that you look at and you're visually impressed. You're visually caught. But then you look at what she does and how she is with her community and how she stands up for what she believes. It just makes it even more attractive. Makes it even more just, you want to know more about her. Like, I'm giving her a follow right now. She has her own website, and there's a lot of things that she does. She does giveaways. She has, like you said, health and wellness, CBD, energy, fat burners, detoxes. She has all these type of deals that she's trying to provide for a community, standing up for, Black Lives Matter, standing up for people in her community, being an actual role model. This person is attractive beyond her physical features, even though if you guys look at her page and you see
a beautiful woman. She's a mom. She's an entrepreneur. She's classy. She's sexy. She can be just kind of like your I don't know, your woman or hot mom next door. I like the fact that she is not afraid to show where she's come from. And if you kind of go down in her page and dig a little deeper, she has made a transformation as far as body goals, financial goals. So, she's inspiring for a lot of not only women, just people in our community. And I really, really thought she was interesting and felt that she deserved some love here. So
I love it.
Need to follow.
Bianca, you are my chocolate delight. That's what I'm going to call you. You are a role model. You are somebody that I'm going to follow and follow your journey. And she's impressive.
She is. All right. And my next hottie of the week here on Instagram is her Instagram name is Techiechic VR Boss. Techhi. There she is, Techiechic VR Boss. So.
Oh, she follows me.
Yes. Look at you. I saw the twinkle in your eyes. I loved it. Your eyebrows were like, ooh.
Okay, let's go. We'll follow her back.
I love her. She is a game publisher, a VR video game developer. She classifies herself as a naughty gamer nerd. She has an OnlyFans and a website. So you guys will definitely have to check her out.
What is her ethnicity? Is she?
I am not sure what she is, to be honest. She looks American. However, she is definitely like the girl next door. She's very comfortable in her own skin, as you can see. She has some tattoos. It looks like she loves to enjoy life. She could be a flasher, which I like. She's spontaneous.
What's a flasher? Oh, Jesus. That's such a dumb question. When I look at her page, it brings me in. As you said, she's a gamer. She's a nerd. She calls her a naughty nerd. So that just lets you, if you guys are in that OnlyFans lifestyle and you like to see a very attractive woman that plays video games and gets that fantasy, that sexual fantasy, you should watch, or you should not watch. You should subscribe, check out the VR Chick Boss. I'll put her link in the bio. But when you look at her, she has, tan, beautiful skin. She has very, very big chesticles. I love female boobies. They're the best. But she has a great little attractive smile, dark long hair. She has tan skin. Again, back with this, I don't know what it is. We're picking people with these type of skins. No, the eyes, she's got the eyes. She's looking into the camera, owning it for sure. But when you look at it, I don't know if it's the filter. I don't know what it is. But when you see these girls with the skin quality, you know, like there's no blemishes. There's no like just natural stuff. Like it looks like they take care of their body with the health and fitness and just eating nutritional value correctly to where it makes their body glow in the photos. And that's what this girl does. And her, I mean, the photo of her, she's baking some food or something, and she's just got her, you got that booty one? You seeing that? Where
I'm looking at the one with her cute hat on backwards, and she's stretching out. She's got her cute little gym shoes on. It's just, I like that. She's just kind of comfortable. She's not trying. I think for me, I was drawn to her profile because she seems fun. Obviously she's intelligent, but she's just kind of raw in her persona. Like she's comfortable in her skin and she's not filtered in every photo, and not every photo is like a photo shoot. I like that. She's real. I like that.
I'm with it. I like it. Techiechic.
Be our boss.
Yeah, but she's a nerd, and I love it. I love it.
Love. All right.
I love it. So let's go on. We're going to switch it up, and I'm going to take over the lead. I'm going to give two of the people. I sent it to you in your Instagram. We're going to start this one right here. It's Becca _Bowman _ This is the country Barbie. I found this girl. I don't know where. I've never met her. It was just through a chain of a deal. She followed me. I followed her. I started looking at her profile, and she was a Miss Bikini fitness model. She's into hunting. She's into fishing. She's into fitness. She's a singer. She's a recording artist. She has a whole bunch, and I started digging deeper because that's what I like to do. When you see her, she's a bombshell, blonde hair, long, beautiful skin, beautiful smile, beautiful teeth. I don't know what it is, but when you see these women with those beautiful teeth, those bright whites, those pearly whites, and her eyes are the bungalow blue, as what Dave Portnoy calls his own eyes. These are just aqua blue when you look at her, and she's got that look. She's Miss Fitness. So she's done that fitness pageant. She's done the pageant. She knows how to look into it. Every photo that she has, it's just bright, shiny. It's an attractive Instagram page. There is a lot of opportunity in here, but the thing is that she's real. When she talks, she has people on her Instagram and on her music. She's showing off her lifestyle, and I love a woman that's country. I love a woman that can, cast a line and, go hunt for some meat for the dinner at that night. I love it all. I'm with it. And she's open about her stuff, and she has a voice. When you hear her, it just makes you want to know what she sounds like in the bedroom whenever you're hitting that spot. That's all I really want to know about. That's it, because
I love it.
She's beautiful, she's attractive, and she is just, you take it over. I'm over here going to just, yeah.
I like her. I'm going to have to obviously give her a follow. I don't follow all the hotties of the week because then I can't filter through some of the stuff I need to. Or should I be following every single one?
I mean, you should follow who you want to follow. I mean, if they're these people are just random people we're picking.
I know. They are, but they all just seem so awesome, really. So
they are. If they want to follow you, if you want to follow them, go for it. I will follow this girl. I've had conversations with her, and they're not like any sexual style conversation. We're kind of just going back. We're laughing at each other's posts because she is funny. She's natural funny. She's just open, and she's like, I don't know what it is. It's the country vibe that she gives, that she's able to hang out with the guys. It seems like she can have a conversation with, my friend group, my demographic, or anybody else's demographic. And she understands what it's like when a bunch of people want her, and she's cool with it. And she seems awesome. I just can't wait to meet her.
Yes.
Telling you guys, just check out Becca _Bowman _ She is a bombshell. And if you're into hunting, if you're into fishing, if you're into all that outdoor country style with a beautiful woman that can sing, give her a follow, give her a like, and follow her success. As we go, I have another sexy lady, hottie of the week, the best of the best. I saved it for last, and it's just, maybe it's just a sexual fantasy. Maybe it's just, I don't know what it is. I love women with tattoos. And this girl, her name is Marissa Lauren. All right. So Marissa Lauren is a first form athlete. I found her through First Form. I joined the team. I'm out there pushing products. If you guys need some products when it comes to fitness supplements, things like that, and understanding that, shoot me a DM. We'll have a conversation. I'll put my link in the bio. So if you buy those products, there we go. But anyways, she is a First Form athlete. She is country raised. I told you I love these country women.
Yes.
She's an artist. She's a tattoo artist. All right. Wow. She's a tattoo artist. She was on, I think Inked, or she was on one of these, tattoo shows where she became, famous with it. This girl is legit. She's real. She's authentic. She has long black hair, or it could be dark brown. She has tattoos on her neck, tattoos on her body. She's into fitness. She works out. She looks into the camera with that look. She doesn't have that much color on her tattoos. It's all black and white when you look at hers. And it just makes her body pop out even more, because these tattoos are detailed. These tattoos and the look that she has, her piercings, everything just compliment her. But when you look at her photos and you read her captions, she's being real and giving you she's giving you her real perspective and her real thoughts, and showing her sides of her, where you see pictures of her back in the past and what life was like growing up, to where it's now, where she's, motivating you, encouraging you to do better, things like that, and giving you the understanding of how it is. And when you look at her tattoo page, which is in the bio, and you look at the style of tattoo that she does, holy shit. The detail that this girl does on her paintings, on her tattoos, on everything that she does, when it comes to skin contact and putting ink on there, this girl is a fucking rock star when it comes to portrait. There's very few people that I follow through tattoos when it comes to this stuff, because they have like amazing tattoos. I show these tattoos to people that have tattoos, and they're like, holy fuck. Wow. This girl is booked up like crazy. She's out here in Las Vegas. I think she just moved to St. Louis. But this girl, she's amazing. And she's not your average. She's not that average type of girl, that Barbie that we put up, that fitness girl that you're sitting there like, oh, it has this, that, and the other. Like, this girl's tatted up. This girl's original. This girl's one-on-one. This girl is – take it over.
Yes, I absolutely like her a lot. Beautiful, talented. I'm just admiring. She's beautiful eyes. And you know what I love? Her little freckles. They're so cute. I love them.
All the way down.
Beautiful hottie of the week.
I love it. I love it. So those are our sexy ladies, the hotties of Instagram week, the motivating ones, the ones that, pursue different paths, but motivate you in different ways, and they help people. That's what I like about this hotties of the week. It's not just about sexual tension that you have when you look at them. It's about what they do with that. And I love it. Just amazing.
Yes. Absolutely. I do as well. I like women of all shapes, sizes. It's not always, what society thinks is perfect, because we all like different things. And I like admiring, many women for many different reasons. So women empowerment, very important. So this leads us to I wouldn't say dreaded. I always get nervous during this, because I don't know who are you going to give to me? But I know, right? The fuck, marry, kill game.
We're going to switch this up. All right. We're not going to do FMK. We're not going to do fuck, marry, kill. We're going to make it podcast official. We're going to do porno shoot, marry, or fight. That's it. You're going to shoot a porno shoot with them, you're going to marry them, or you're going to fucking fight them. We ain't fuck the kill. We're talking about you want to beat the fuck out of this person, and that's where we're going to go. Let's start it up. Let's go punch in the face, marry, or porno shoot. What do we got?
Okay. Porno, marry, fight. I, as you know, or if you don't know, I am a huge fan of the Golden Girls.
Oh,
so
I
am giving you, thank you for being a friend. Okay, I don't sing. Anyway, I love that theme song. I love everything about them. I wish I could go back to like their house. Okay, anyway. All right, so my 3 Golden Girls, because there are 4, but I'm going to give you 3. Sophia, she's like the savage grandma with the little glasses. Dorothy, tall, wide back. Or Rose, which is Betty White, who is alive and kicking ass still to this day. She's the shit. So, porno, marry, fight. Sophia, Dorothy, or Rose.
This is absolutely fucking hilarious on the fact that you gave me like old ladies from 1985 on a series. Like, what the fuck type of question is? I literally have fucking dust particles that I'm gonna have to fucking deal with in this one.
Mm-hmm. Dust off that muffin.
These girls are fucking 100 years old. 2 of them aren't even alive anymore, I'm pretty sure.
Whatever. They're the shit. Okay, they were savages of their fucking time.
They are savages of their time. Look, this is the thing. I can't believe you gave me Sophia. Why did you leave out why'd you
Blanche?
leave out? Yeah.
Because I'm Blanche, okay? Because I'm Blanche.
Because you're Blanche. Okay. All right. So all right, for sure we're definitely marrying Betty White because it's fucking Betty White. Yeah, she's had a great career. She's still alive and kicking, and that's just gonna be fun. We're gonna probably do a porno shoot with Dorothy. It's just she's a taller girl. She just had that granny style that she could be a fucking freak. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do the porno shoot. People would definitely want to see me with a gilf. That would be the OnlyFans. But Sophia, all right, Sophia is gonna get fucked up. I'm gonna punch that old bitch in the face. I'm totally joking.
Savage. She's a savage. She'll probably she'll put a finger in your ass and you will submit.
Yeah, no, for sure. She passed away in 2008. So I feel fucking terrible for beating her up. But that's when I graduated high school. We'll just let you know that. We'll let you know that there. And I did do a porno shoot with the lady that passed away in 2009, Dorothy. It was good. She was born in 1990 or 1922. And Betty White is she still alive and kicking? Let me see this real quick.
Hell yeah, she is. She just had a birthday a couple months ago.
She's still alive.
I wished her a happy birthday.
She's 98 years old, and Betty White and I would be married. So there you go. Fucking wild one.
So those are yours. All right, your next set. I'm ready. Porno, marry, fight. Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, and Justin Gaethje.
First off, that's fucking simple. I am fucking Justin Timberlake. I'm doing a porno with that motherfucker. We're sitting here. We're going to be dead and gone. We're going to be sitting here and making some great we'll make some money on that shit. I'm going to marry Justin Bieber because honestly, Justin Bieber's a wild motherfucker, but that dude's he's still doing what he needs to do. And I would love to fight Justin Gaethje just because Justin Gaethje would be a fun fight for me. He's going to stand up and trade. He's going to sit there and do that. Doesn't matter if we're in different weight classes. He'd just be a fun fucking fight. And that's where we're kicking it off at.
All right. I love it. I think that was good. That was an easy one for you.
Yeah, simple.
All right. My turn.
It's still your turn. All right, we'll go.
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
You're waiting for me.
For the death sentence.
It's fucking hilarious that we have to do this, and I'm gonna have to give it to you, but we're gonna go. My favorite thing. I don't know if you used to watch this at all. I don't know. It's an old '90s television series. It's just one of those. It might be something you watch. It might not. Family Matters. Family Matters are the best. Do you know who the Family Matters
Wait
are?
a second. Okay, go for it. Go for it.
Has Urkel in it. Yeah, you remember this?
I remember the dad, the mailman.
Carl Winslow.
Oh my God.
This is where we're at. All right. We have Steve Urkel. You have the father, Carlo Winslow, or you have the son, Eddie Winslow.
With that hair, flat top.
Yep. You got a porno, you got to fight, or you got to marry. Family Matters. What do we got? Urkel, Carl Winslow, or Eddie?
Porno, marry, fight. Okay. I'm doing the porno with the brother. Okay, because he's like the best looking of the bunch. Okay, I got that. Okay, I've done a lot worse, honey. I'm just saying. If you look at some of my colleagues, okay, I mean, I love y'all, but some of y'all a little hard on the eyes when I first came in. Okay, God. Okay, and oh God, I'm fighting Winslow. Oh yeah, I'm fighting him. And I'll marry Urkel because he kind of turned out okay. He did. He got better with time. He lost the high. He's good. So that's my 3.
So you scrapping Carl Winslow. You're scrapping the father, the police officer.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I will outdo him in cardio any day. He can't catch me.
No, I feel you on that, girl. I see that. Carl Winslow, but okay. And you got Urkel. I'll back that. All right. Last one.
Oh my God, I get so nervous with these. I don't know why they're not real, but in my mind, they're kind of real.
They're great. They're great.
Okay, ready.
Right.
I'll write them down.
Last one. Here we go.
Okay.
Porno, marry, fight. Laura Sanko, Dana White, or Eddie Bravo. Go for it.
I'm terrible.
Eddie Bravo's the jiu-jitsu black belt that did the twister it's like the coach of Tony Ferguson. Yes. Let's go.
Oh God. All right. Porno is easy. You know who I'm picking? Laura. I love my ladies. Okay, Laura Sanko. Porno. All day. I'll take that beautiful blonde. Okay, so definitely her. I don't know this. Ooh, I don't want to fight this Bravo guy. I don't want to fight him. No, I'm not. I mean, I don't want to fight him. I'm gonna have to marry him because I don't want to fight him. He will take me out. There's just no way. And, I'll have to fight Dana White. I'm sure he's got some skills, but, he can be feisty. So I'm going to have to fight me some Dana. Give me a little something in his own home, in his own cage.
You squared up with Dana?
Yeah, I am. I didn't say what kind of fight's going down, but I had me a little fun.
Okay. I see you got. I mean, I would have probably married Dana because he would have had it all, But I guess.
But
punch him in the face is good. That's true. You scrapping with Dana, you porno shooting with Laura, and you're marrying Eddie Bravo. I guess he can put you in the twister and do some really unthinkable things with his jiu-jitsu black belt skills.
That's right.
I get it. I see where you're at. Porno, marry, fight. I love this game. I love it at all. If you guys have some porno, marry, fight questions that you would want to, drop it in our DM, drop it in the comment box. We will present it to next week's episode of Beauty and the Beast podcast. Give us your sexual relations. Give us your questions.
All the questions.
We're open to anything. Don't be weird, though. We're not going to say, hey, I want to have sex with you. Will you have sex with me? No, we will not.
Yeah,
we won't have. If you have to ask us, we probably won't. There's your answer. If you want to be fucking weird, be weird. But if you got some real questions, some sexual questions, some things that you kind of want to know about,
yes,
what you do in the bedroom, ask us. We'll give you our personal experience.
Yes.
Take it off.
Thank you, guys.
Sign us out. Tell us why we're signing out. Okay. It's all you. Break it down. Kick us off. Let's sign out.
All right. I don't even know what episode we're on right now. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us on the Beauty and the Beast podcast. If you like us, obviously subscribe. Send us questions. We're so happy and grateful for your support. And we will see you next week. Bye, guys.